Good evening and welcome back to the daily bulletin of Into Vietnam. In the next 10 minutes, you'll be updated on the updated business events here in the country, our top stories. Basic pay rise from January the 1st, 2015. VAT refunds hit $60 trillion in 9 months. Mekong Delta fulfills 85% of export target. The Vietnamese government on November the 10th issues resolution on regional basic pay rise for employees at enterprises, Vietnamese and foreign companies alike, cooperatives, farms, household businesses. From January the 1st, 2015, the minimum wage will range between $2.15 million to $3.1 million per month for the employees. The pay rise is $250,000 to $400,000 higher than the current monthly wage. The resolution also stipulates the regional minimum wage is the lowest basics for companies and its workers to negotiate on their payment. The Ministry of Industry and Trade has submitted to the government the VITV petrochemistry refinery project at Nhân Ho Economic Zone in Bình Định Province. It's expected to be a mega project whose fund is up to $22 billion. The project is expected to assume 1,400 hectares with a total capacity of 4,000 barrels of crude oil per day, or 20 million tons per year, which will be raised to 660,000 barrels every day, or 30 million tons of crude oil every year till 2021. In 9 months through September, tax agencies in Vietnam dealt with more than 14,500 value-added tax or VAT refund dossiers, or more than $60 trillion for businesses. The agencies timely refunded VAT worth more than $4.7 trillion for 248 hit-hard enterprises in 4 provinces of Bình Dương, Đồng Nai, Hà Tĩnh, and Ho Chi Minh City to facilitate them in overcoming hardship and stabilizing their operations. According to the Steering Committee for the Southwestern region, Mekong Delta localities have exported $1 billion worth of commodities since the beginning of October, bringing the region's annual export revenue to $9.2 billion so far, representing a year-on-year increase of 6.3% and accounting for 85% of the annual target. Rice and seafood exports generated more than $5 billion in export revenue. The region's localities actively step up trade promotion efforts this year by supporting businesses in conducting market surveys and advertising products in Asian, African, EU, and North American markets. They also offer technical assistance in applying international standards in quality management and financial support for trade, as well as enabling the export of environmentally friendly products with high added values. The Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporters and Producers sent a proposal to the Finance Ministry for the adjustment of import tariffs on several products following WTO commitments in 2015. The proposal said tax rate would reduce to 0% for frozen imported salmon in order to diversify the sources of imported fish. According to VITV, frozen imported salmon, mainly used for local consumption and export processing, has been projected to face a tariff rate of 18%. VITV also asks the Finance Ministry to impose a zero tariff rate on a number of imported seafood products such as shrimp, tuna fish, and octopus, with a view to help local seafood exporters achieve their set targets. In the amended draft circular on export tariffs levied on jewelry, gold, and other gold producers, the Ministry of Finance proposes to apply the 0 to 2% tax rates on exports of jewelry gold. The current tax level on the products is quite high, at 25 to 30%. The 2% tax rate is bestowed to be applied for producers with at least 95% of content of gold. The SPV has directed commercial banks to maintain their efforts in slashing lending interest rates for businesses. However, banks find it hard to realize the direction. Watch the following report for more. As reported by the SPV, in 9 months, credit growth only reached 7.26%. Meanwhile, the mobilization ratio increased to 11.01%. Obviously, the speed of deposits has outstripped the lendings. Difficulties in lending operation could lead to bank loans. That's why lenders prefer to decrease the mobilization interest rate to the lending interest rate.
Hiện nay thì tăng trưởng tín dụng cho khu vực sản xuất kinh doanh hay là cho doanh nghiệp là rất là hạn chế, rất là khó khăn. Các ngân hàng cũng đã tìm mọi cách cố gắng để giải ngân, để cho vay vốn. Nhưng mà khi mà họ không cho được vay vốn ra được nhiều thì doanh thu của họ như vậy là bị hạn chế. Doanh thu bị hạn chế trong khi đó mà lại duy trì cái tỷ lệ lãi suất tiền gửi cao thì họ sẽ phải nhận nhiều nguồn vốn vào, họ sẽ nguy cơ là bị lỗ tiết kiệm.
Banks admitted themselves their profit margin is being kept at minimum and just enough for banks' basic operations and risk provisioning. Therefore, shrinking lending interest rate will bring banks almost no profit. Thus, even the deposit interest rate has been declined. Banks still hesitate to reduce the lending interest rate.
Hiện nay cái chênh lệch giữa huy động và cho vay của Ngân hàng Công thương Việt Nam đang dao động xung quanh từ 2 đến 2,5%. Cái chênh lệch đó chúng tôi phải được sử dụng để trang trải cho cái trích lập dự phòng chung là 0,75% và các cái chi phí hoạt động của ngân hàng cũng dao động quanh từ 1 đến 1,5.
Là theo tính toán của chúng tôi hiện nay cái chênh lệch đầu vào đầu ra hệ thống ngân hàng nó khoảng 3% đối với Việt Nam đồng, và mức đó là một cái mức gọi là nó phù hợp, đảm bảo ngân hàng hoạt động có một chút ít lợi nhuận trong cái hoạt động tín dụng, cái hoạt động mà đang chiếm chính yếu trong hệ thống ngân hàng. Và nhiều ngân hàng hiện nay tôi biết được rằng là hoạt động tín dụng gần như không có lãi, bởi vì nếu như để xảy ra rủi ro thì rõ ràng là trích lập hết cái số lợi nhuận.
Clearly, banks' profit from credit operations in the recent time is quite low. Despite high lending interest rate has been over businesses' endurance. In 9 months, most of banks' profit growth were negative over the same period. Agribank and ACB declined 3 and 5.86% respectively. Hence, to reduce the lending interest rate, banks have to sacrifice themselves to cut down their operation costs.
Để thực hiện những cái lời hiệu triệu của thống đốc, chúng tôi tiếp tục sẽ phải tiết kiệm những cái chi phí để làm sao có thể giảm được cái lãi suất cho vay.
Currently, reducing the lending interest rate is like cutting on banks' flesh. However, to avoid freezing credit growth, prolonging the stagnation of the economy, banks need to sacrifice themselves for what it to do to overcome the currently gloomy economy alongside with And before we go, let's take a quick review on today's local gold prices, foreign exchange rate, and stock markets. It's the end of the series. Thank you so much for the time and to join us this time tomorrow. Goodbye.